Are you being chill?
Huh?
Just be chill. We're live. Don't fuck up your shit.
Too late.
Remember, we can't do any cursing on this podcast.
I've never cursed.
That's true. Yeah, go ahead and do the intro. Let's get going.
Oh, intro. So, a place further than the universe in a time long, long, long ago. Oh, wait. This is the Star Wars podcast, right?
No, but I mean, it was further than this universe. It was a whole nother world. And I mean, fuck, dude, this was 26 years ago.
Yeah.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
In
Too
fact,
many.
the first episode we're talking about took place January 16th in the year 2000. It is episode 44 called Trash Day. Yeah. They call it Trash Day because Matt's a piece of trash. How do you feel about that?
I think you're backwards.
You think Ty is a piece of trash?
Yes, always. Ty is the worst.
Is he?
Little.
He's not the best. I don't think he's the worst. And I think he really brings it all together.
He's better than he used to be. I'll say that.
He brings it. He finally becomes a good leader in movie 6 of Digimon Adventure Try.
Okay.
Granted, that's a long time, but
yeah. It kind of is. I mean, he did make Agumon, well, Greymon Dark Digivolve, which is more than any other Digimon.
Lots of people do that.
Who?
Takato.
Takato's just a wannabe Ty.
Yep. Well, let's not worry about Takato. Let's not worry about Digimon Adventure Try. Let's worry about episode 4.
Yeah, let's not talk about Evangelion for kids.
It's not. Which thing are you talking about? Try?
Tamers.
Tamers was a little bit that way. So was Try, though, at the end.
Yeah, it kind of was.
All right. So the Digidestined, they're looking for Matt, right? And Joe reveals that he left. So they decide that that's Joe's fault. Not fair.
Yeah, I agree. Wasn't Joe's fault. Well, no, Joe kind of did see it happen.
Joe did see it happen, but is he supposed to keep everyone in a circle? I mean,
no, he's not the leader.
He's not the leader. And for all he knows, Matt went to take a dump. Supposed to check their butts for poop before they go or something?
Which is crazy, because he actually has the toilet paper. So if he thought he was taking a dump, he should have at least offered the toilet paper. So that kind of makes Joe the worst.
Well,
with your new theory, because
maybe he thought he was draining the main vein.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Joe's not the worst. Joe's pretty awesome.
So Matt is off sulking as he does, and Cherrymon shows up. And
no, I wouldn't say sulking. I'd say because he's usually sulking when he's playing the harmonica.
He's pretty close to bumping out a harmonica solo, but then again, we've heard him play the harmonica when he's happy too.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
He only plays the harmonica in times of emotional extremes.
Okay, that's fair.
And he should have learned to play Hey Digimon on the harmonica.
If he played Hey Digimon on the harmonica, I would not be surprised. Because that is the only song they had the rights to.
Apparently. That and the harmonica song, I guess.
Yeah.
So Cherrymon shows up.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. So Cherrymon shows up. Cherrymon is a virus/vaccine ultimate Digimon. Note on Cherrymon, his next step in evolution is Puppetmon. So it's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Cherrymon has a scheme. He tells Puppetmon, "Hey, I have a scheme," and Puppetmon's like, "Why you gotta sound like this?" You know.
Kind of does. He kind of does. I'm not gonna lie. Cherrymon's voice is sexy. I don't care what anyone says.
Is it?
No.
He's doing that Wilford Brimley thing. So Matt's
Yeah.
having trouble realizing that TK can protect himself because Matt thought that his entire job was to protect TK. Now, he's learned this lesson 13 times throughout the series, but now it's affecting him again. He feels
Well,
like,
yeah. I mean, he did just get kidnapped by Puppetmon.
and he saved
By
himself.
gunpoint. He got kidnapped by gunpoint.
He did. He did.
And was given an Uzi. That's I gotta give it to him.
Really, what was Matt going to do against a guy with an Uzi? Matt
Well, no, he
feels
gave
like
TK the Uzi.
Matt feels like everyone has outgrown him. And you know what? Maybe some of them have. But the thing about growth is it is not a set path and it's not a linear path.
It's
So
also not a competition.
it's not a competition. Just because someone's going faster than you doesn't mean you're gonna you're not as good as them. Doesn't mean you're not gonna be as good as them. And it doesn't mean you need to be as good as them. And just because you slide back down doesn't mean all your accomplishments are gone. You just got to keep moving forward.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
But I will say, Cherrymon has proven to be the best antagonist in Digimon.
He has the best mustache we've seen by far.
He definitely tried to kill the kids.
He definitely tried to kill the kids. So Cherrymon talks to Matt and Gabumon. Meanwhile, the Garbagemon, which are ultimate viruses, attack.
Forgot about those guys.
You know what? I did too. I was like, Garbagemon, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So they're not very memorable. They shoot poop, but then Mimi throws the poop back.
Out of a straw launcher? It's a rocket launcher, but it looks like a straw.
Yeah, with the line and the white.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give Mimi some credit because
she just
picks it up and throws it back.
She just caught it. She just caught the poop, which makes you think: why are they running from the poop? It's literally just it can't be harmful.
Yeah. Still though, someone's throwing poop at me.
It's pretty gross.
I'd book it.
I mean, pink poop though. Pink poop.
Pink poop.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really couldn't tell you how I'd react to pink poop. I don't think it'd be favorable.
I don't think so either. Especially if they are coming out of garbage can like Oscar the Grouch.
Cherrymon explains to Matt that if he wants to change, he's got to fight Tai because they're rivals. Now, again, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Do you know who else are rivals and fight all the time?
Goku and Vegeta.
And every other protagonist and their rival in every other anime ever. It happens.
Goku and Piccolo.
Goku and Yamcha. Goku and Tien.
Yeah, pretty
Goku
much.
And Krillin. Goku makes a lot of enemies, to be honest. Granted, he turns them into friends, but man.
Yeah, he's got a pretty strong I mean, the only person with a stronger track record is maybe Naruto. Naruto's pretty good at making friends out of bad guys. Or at least making them kill themselves.
What about
Actually, yeah, he doesn't make them into friends, he makes them kill themselves. Think about it. Zabuza dies after.
You're not gonna say names in Naruto that I understand anymore. I watched the original series and
Zabuza.
Who's Zabuza?
The guy in the Land of Waves with the little kid that looks like a girl.
I don't know who that is. I remember Sasuke.
The Ice
Kakashi.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. So here's the thing: the champions beat up most of the garbage mon. Maybe they are stronger, man, because you know, we
Well,
keep going back to this. Sometimes
you
it's
tried to shoot a titty You tried to shoot a titty rocket with a piece of shit.
not yet. The titty rocket's not there yet
Oh.
because they didn't really beat the garbage mon. They just beat them back. So Lilymon comes up, and then Lilymon and Metal Greymon take care of them all. And that's when Metal Greymon shoots those titty rockets. Titty missiles are a classic trope in anime.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a better combination in anime than titty missiles and Hey Digimon.
I mean, yeah. Pretty good one.
Cherrymon makes some good points to Matt. He tells Matt that he can't believe in his friends. He can only believe in himself.
Point, that's a pretty good point.
Yeah.
Joe didn't even give him toilet paper to go doo-doo.
That's true. Cherrymon also tells him that his parents' divorce was his fault, and that pretty much solidifies.
I didn't remember that part. But
that didn't quite happen. But he went. That's what he was talking about.
Okay. I mean, I would have believed you. I watched that 2 weeks ago.
Now, here's the thing.
I only watched the last episode today because that was the important episode.
It is an important episode. We'll get to here in a minute. Cherrymon's like, hey, you don't have any friends. And the whole time, Matt's standing there with his best friend Gabumon. And Gabumon's just like, we don't have any friends? And he just assumes that everything Cherrymon says applies to him too. So kind of throws Cherrymon's whole thing out the window. Gabumon is always
Gabumon is the best partner. I don't care. Gabumon is the best partner. He's way better than Cormon. Cormon doesn't give a shit about Tai.
There are more partners. You do forget about Vmon.
I meant out of this one.
There's always one part I think of when I think of Vmon, and it's when Vmon didn't listen to Davis. So maybe he's not the best partner.
You see? I mean, Mimi and Palmon aren't too bad. No, Rika and actually, Henry and Terriermon's pretty good.
Ooh, they are pretty good.
Pretty good. But I was talking about in this season.
Okay. Well, sticking to this season, the best is Jedi and his 8 little Digi kids.
I mean, yeah. But I was also going to say TK and Patamon are pretty bad because Devimon just lied to TK and he was like, okay, fuck you, Patamon. Oops, I heard.
Dude, he flipped that shit so fucking quick. Anyway, so Puppetmon kills Cherrymon just for fun, which obviously Garbagemon.
Yeah, he fucked Cherrymon. I don't even remember what Cherrymon did to deserve that.
He slightly.
He said, "Hey, man, you might want to watch out for those guys." And he was like, "Watch out for what?" And yeah.
That's how it ends, man. It's gonna get the best of us.
I think Puppetmon has the most bodies.
Yeah, I'd say you're right. The Garbagemon have a trash can that suck people in. They're like the Samurai Fan Man from Digimon or from Power Rangers.
Yeah, I feel like that's what they should have opened with.
Yeah, like don't hold back.
Don't shoot shit first. Don't expect the shit to work. So
then they're not really losing, but Matt shows up and saves them. And Ty's like, thanks for coming back. And Matt's like, I'm back to kick your ass. Dun, dun, dun.
He was.
So then we waited a week. We waited a week till January 23rd in the year 2000 when we got to see the ultimate clash. So everyone tries to stop Matt from fighting Ty, but Matt wants to fight.
They don't try that. They don't try that hard.
Matt wants the group to break up and go their separate ways like a Journey concert. Yeah, they don't, and some of them are just like, just let them do it. Let them duke it out.
Boys, sweet boys.
Gatomon's like,
Yeah, Gatomon was like, Gatomon was about to start making side bets.
Yeah, she was. You got to give her credit. So then we got a double header, dude. Matt and Ty throwing hands, and Metal Garurumon and War Greymon going at it. Now here's the thing.
I remember this fight being a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also don't think the Ultimate Digimon should have fought each other. Maybe just the kids should have scrapped a little. Would have been a lot more reasonable, made a lot more sense, especially considering the whole thing was Matt was the problem.
I mean, but Gabumon was down for his friend.
He was, and
he was down for his friend. I think I like Gabumon more than I like Matt.
Gabumon's a very friendly one, but then something crazy happens.
Oh, is that the part where Kari gets possessed?
Kari and her fucking issues.
She's weird. She's a weird child. They need to get her exercise or something. They need to do that Bakuman chant on Kari.
Now, when you say exercise, do you mean like priestly, not like make her do planking or anything?
No, priestly exorcism.
Like Jason.
She needs to get what is that guy named from Blue Exorcist? He needs to come and kick her ass.
He mostly shot people though.
No, not that brother, the one with the sword.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
not like the sword's better.
He mostly stabbed people. I like Blue Exorcist. I don't remember a lot of exercising in it though. I think it was mostly murder.
I don't either. I don't think it was that. No, there was a lot of murdering. Anyway.
Hey, Mark. Good to see you. Welcome to Digimon.
Hey, Cherrymon. Cherrymon has Mark's mustache.
Uh-oh. Mark's Cherrymon again. Mark, we're talking about episode 45. It's called The Ultimate Clash. Our two Ultimate Digimon started fighting each other, but now Kari has started talking to a Digibite, and they're all sucked into a vision of the past. What do you think about that?
Mark, do you like how all the money was spent on the animation for this fight specifically?
Yeah, pretty much.
It was great, right? You could see where all the dollars went. All the dollars honestly went to the CGI evolution. Let's not lie.
Yeah, no. It's a weird scene. Just because they don't, you're 50, well, almost 50 episodes in, they've never teased some sort of energy beings before. But then only Kari can talk to them, and it's not really explained why. They just say, "Oh, she's the only one that we can talk to."
Oh,
no explanation as to why only her.
Well, that's because she wasn't there.
You haven't seen the beams because Kari wasn't there. And they can talk through Kari because she met a Digimon when she was a baby.
So did Ty, but that's not.
Ty wasn't a baby. Ty was 3.
You're right.
So the Digibites talk through Kari, and they take them through the events at Heightened View Terrace that started everything. The light shines on each child. They go to this ghost lab, right? You know what a ghost lab is?
Yeah, it's a lab
where there are ghosts. And the Digibites explain that the Digivices are just there to help. And everyone's strongest quality was represented by a crest. And if the trait is lost, the Digimon gets corrupted. And we've seen an example of that.
It's true. Skull Greymon.
That was pretty bad. That was a pretty bad example because I wouldn't say he wasn't courageous. Because he's just being an asshole.
True.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he does jump in front of an attack. That's pretty fucking courageous.
But he expected someone to save him. So was it
you're right. You're right.
Courage, or was it just taking advantage?
Forcing him, trying to force a Digi-evolution by being like, if you don't save me, I'll die.
Can we talk about how Genai was licky Genai?
That fucking wasn't Genai. Genai never licked anyone.
I don't get it. Those were humans, or
so
they're Genai.
Genai. They're all Genai. They're all versions of him, but it's a younger version of him, which did happen when he was younger. But
they're like Digimon, but human.
They can't digivolve. If that's what you're
worried about. Never really explained.
There's a lot of stuff that they tend not to explain.
So the lab gets attacked by Gardramon, which are virus data vaccine champions, and they destroy all of it because of the Dark Masters. And then Piedmon shows up and stole the crests, right?
Yeah.
Genai stopped him, and they fought him.
And he jumped into a Gardramon.
Yeah, here's the question. Why didn't Genai fucking mention Piedmon before?
Yeah.
He knew who was the big fucking problem the whole time.
I changed my opinion. Cherrymon is not the most effective antagonist. It's Genai. Genai is the secretest Dark Master.
Maybe he is, dude. He can't be that fucking incompetent that he forgot the Dark Masters for an entire season.
2 seasons. He forgot them when they first got there.
Yeah.
And he also did the stupid card thing with then my oldest one.
Yeah. I think he's got all this info and he needs to be giving it out more freely.
Yeah, like, hey, I was the one who summoned you here to begin with, and I created your Digi-Eggs and your crests, and you're literally here because of me.
Yeah, shouldn't he know how they work better?
He made them,
does. Yeah. But he's like,
you
gotta find it out for your own. No, just explain it.
Tell me which of these buttons on this thing I need to press.
Or like, by the way, there's other...
You could have at least told him there was a clock on it.
I was just thinking, he never mentioned the fucking clock.
Yeah, or there's other Digimon here to try to... Or there's like those machine Digimon that are also evil. Those guys will try to kill you at some point, or
like there's 400,000 more Digidestin out there doing the same shit as you guys.
Yeah, you're just in one specific area.
None of that mentioned.
Yeah. Genai's pretty. I thought Genai was pretty rad as a kid.
Yeah, like, by the way, you're really not all that special. There's like a lot of kids who are doing the same thing to try to stop the world from ending. You're just like one part of it.
Michael's got a Betamon, man. That would have been real fucking handy all those times when Seedramon was around.
Yeah.
So
they wouldn't have had to kill their Waymon friend.
Yeah. They see their vision. They come back. Matt decides he's going to strike it out on his own. He's going to go back to that restaurant and try to make a few bucks. Mimi decides that she's tired of walking, so she's just going to sit down, and Joe's going to stay there and try and fuck her.
Yeah.
Does that surmise the end correctly?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the reason why he's sticking around.
No, it's because he's a good guy.
Sure, buddy. A few minutes ago, you were yelling at him about toilet paper.
Yeah, I was.
And now
you're right. He's probably fucking her.
Now it's time for Sai to get happy again.
Yes, it is.
Episode 46, January 30th, year 2000.
I'll let you do this.
At Taman's
your favorite part.
Store.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Oh, shit. Because where I'm watching it, it says all the titles in Japanese for some reason.
No. Well, we're all watching on official sources.
Yes.
Sai,
it's weird.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy. I'm doubly happy because Ogremon came back.
That's true.
True.
Let's
And
talk
now
about
he's-
that. So
Now he's not a super
Ogremon,
asshole.
there's this group of Woodmon who are virus champions, and they're beating the shit out of Ogremon. Right?
Nah, Ogremon was beating the shit out of them.
Ogremon was not beating the shit out of them. Things weren't
He-
going well for him.
He beat up a bunch of them. They just had numbers.
There's still, dude. Numbers are numbers. Whether you win or lose the fight doesn't really
Well,
matter.
he was still alive at the end. They were all dead.
They weren't all dead.
They didn't get killed.
They got blown away when the fucking meteor hit them.
Yeah,
So Joe,
I thought they died.
Joe's putting the moves on Mimi, so he explains that fighting just leads to more fighting. His brother Jim used to tell him that after he got beat up. As he's saying that, a meteor falls in it. It smashes all the Woodmon, and it sends Ogremon flying away. Ogremon. You know, we thought that Ogremon was dead. It's just
I did for sure.
I'm glad he's not.
I actually am.
Now,
Because I forgot why I like Ogremon, and this reminded me why.
This is why
He's great.
he's jet.
Someone should have got an Ogremon.
Yeah. Well, we can always dream. Someone gets a Leomon eventually. Kind of. The big group
Yeah, but
decides he's gonna check out Puppetmon's house, but if things turn sour, Ty's gonna hold them off while they run away. It's not the worst plan. I mean,
Also,
honestly,
he's a liar.
Why?
He's a liar.
Tell
Because
me about it.
we clearly see Puppetmon coming, and he made the other Digimon fight them because they couldn't figure out how to work with him.
Well, that's true, but things change. Who was in the meteor?
Some new
Metal.
Digimon.
Metal
Digimon?
Virus
Metal
vaccine. Mega.
Who drops
Joe
a
and
stick
Mimi.
story?
Joe and Mimi are trying to help Ogremon, but Puppetmon shows up.
Yeah.
And then Metal Edamon shows up and sings a song about how he digivolve. This dude is a fucking class act. Okay?
He is a menace.
Doesn't matter what's going on. He's pumping out a new tune.
And he's a menace.
Singing comes first.
That fight
He
was
is a
pretty.
menace, but you know what? So was Dennis, and everyone loved him. They made like
Oh.
9 TV movies about that kid.
That's true.
That was a pretty sick fight, though.
So Metal Edamon beats the shit out of Puppetmon.
In a Three Stooges fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Puppetmon's just like, I'm
But
leaving. I'm going.
Puppetmon does stick his nose in Edamon's ass.
What?
You didn't see that part?
No.
Yeah, he made his nose spin and he stuck Edamon in the ass cheek. I swear to God.
I must have
I
blocked that
swear-
out due to trauma.
I swear to God that happened. It was like right after
I don't remember.
it was like right after the kick. Like it was at the beginning of the fight.
Huh.
I swear to God it happened. His nose was spinning and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then he stuck him in the butt with it. And I was like, what
Sticking
the
it in
fuck?
the butt crack. Back at Puppetmon's
It wasn't in the
house,
crack. It was
the
just
Digitesting are checking it out. And there's some rookie Floramon who are Data, and some Ultimate Daramon who are also Data Garden. And Ty asks if they're Ultimate, and Izzy says no, which is a lie because Daramon is an Ultimate Digimon. And I don't know why he was asking if they were Ultimate because Mega is a higher form than Ultimate, but whatever.
I don't think he quite understands all that.
I'd believe it.
I
I'd
think he's
believe
just
it.
like, I think he's like, there's small Digimon and there's big ones. And I think that's as far as his.
So the Floramon and the Daramon, they're just chilling, and they're going to attack them, but they find out that they hate Puppetmon as well, because Puppetmon has no friends.
And they roasted Daramon, which is kind of that's not a class act move.
It's not. Edamon wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Also, Edamon's pretty bad at finding stuff.
That's true.
How did he lose them when he literally just like landed on top of them, and then they just He's like, oh, can't find him.
Now they fix Ogremon's arm with toilet paper, which is amazing. And he explains that he's never had any friends, but Leomon's always been his rival, and they're just going to fight forever. But you know what? That's okay. Like we talked about, you can have a friendly rivalry. You can have a Matt. I'm sorry, I called you Matt. Mark, you used to train MMA.
Okay.
I'm sure you had some friendly sparrings.
Yeah, there's guys that you would get along with, but then usually those are the guys that you fought, like trained hardest against.
But
Yeah.
do you fight to the death against those guys?
I mean, not only because we weren't legally allowed to.
Oh,
But if you could fight to the death and then to come back as an egg, would you do that?
Yeah, I would do that.
See, friendly
yeah,
rivalry.
but Mark's an asshole.
Well, that's true. True.
Fair point.
I do it too, but I'm also an asshole.
Not me, guys. Puppetmon. So they're fighting. Edamon finds them. Metal Edamon finds them.
Yeah,
Things
yeah.
are going to go bad. Puppetmon is heading home,
Wow.
so they decide to shoot him with his cannon, which is a good move.
That is a smart move. They
Like-
preemptively try to hit him.
Historically, the cannon has been one of the better tools of war.
Yeah, especially against a piece of wood.
Yeah. So Edamon's about to kill all of our friends, but then some new guy shows up. And he
I know
kind
who
of
it
looks
is.
like Leomon, but he's like a saber-toothed tiger version.
Yeah.
Would you believe it if it's called Saber Leomon?
It is, in fact, Saber Leomon, but we'll have to talk about that next week because we're out of episodes.
So Cameron loved episodes, right?
Tell us, Mark.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So Cameron feedback. He was pretty convinced that Matt was being dumb and was listening to the tree when he shouldn't have. Because he said the tree was clearly just trying to get him to fight his friends.
Well,
So
at least you know Cameron won't ever beat up his friends.
Yeah. So he didn't quite understand why Matt was just so willing to listen to a giant tree that was clearly evil.
Did he mention how Gabumon was there telling Matt not to do it, not to listen?
He was making comments about it, like, isn't his Digimon telling him not to do stuff? And then he went and got his Digimon toy of Gatomon to compare to something else that had 4 arms in the episodes. Did Puppetmon have 4 arms?
No.
I don't know. Something had 4 arms.
Metal Garurumon.
Oh, maybe that's what he was talking about.
You need to take better notes on what your kid says.
Yeah. And then he pointed out the restaurant.
That it was the same one,
It
right?
was the same one. Yep. He's very excited about that. And then
Okay, I'm not the only one.
and then he was very excited about Metal.
Edamon.
Edamon.
Wow.
coming back.
Yes, that kid.
It took him
That
a second.
kid's on the right track.
It took him
He
a
is.
second. It took him a second for it to click, and then I went, "Remember, Edamon, the like Elvis, like dude." And he like, took him a second, and then it clicked, and then he freaked out. And that's why we had to watch 6 minutes into the
Next episode.
next episode, so he could see a little bit of the continuation of it.
That's why he was having a long night, because he had to watch more of Metal Edamon. That's okay. You can be late to watch more of Metal Edamon.
And then he's he doesn't understand why they're constantly splitting up. That's becoming very confusing.
Oh, he'd hate Scooby Doo.
He likes Scooby Doo,
Oh, he does?
but yeah, he likes Scooby Doo.
He doesn't have a problem with. Yeah, I was about to say he doesn't have a problem when they split up. They split up every episode.
Yeah. Overall, he enjoyed all 3 episodes. The favorite from the bad guys is Metal Seadramon.
Metal Seadramon is pretty sick. I gotta say.
And then favorite good guy is War Greymon.
I get it.
I mean, I understand.
But only of the champion level. From the regular level, Gatomon is his favorite.
Really?
Gatomon is a champion.
Or is it? Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah.
He meant ultimate mega level, right?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
there's only 2 megas, but
Yeah. But he's getting very
He's
he's pretty hooked on Digimon.
that's pretty dope. I like him.
I'm glad we made this happen.
So yeah, he's overall thumbs up from Cameron on the 3 episodes.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the first time that 2 Digimon call out their attacks, and then they run up and do their attacks. When Zudamon and Puppetmon hit hammers.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You need to take better notes, Si.
Also,
yeah,
is it?
I did.
Should they have struggled? I don't know enough about
No.
all the Digimon. Is Garbage? What is Garbagemon? What level is Garbagemon?
Oh yeah, no, they shouldn't have struggled.
Yeah, because it seemed like they were hardcore struggling against Garbagemon when they were like
They sat poop. They sat poop.
Yeah, considering Mimi was throwing the attacks back, that shouldn't have been so hard for him.
It seemed like it was a real struggle.
They made Piximon turn in his grave.
All right, guys, we'll wrap it up for tonight. We'll make sure we're all back here next week or in 2 weeks or in 10 days, whenever the hell we decide to do it, because no one tells us what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll be here next time for Ogremon's Honor, My Sister's Keeper, and the Crest of Light.
Yeah.
Crest of Light. Who is that light? Is that Kari? Okay.
I'm assuming it's Kari.
I know her and Tiki have the bullshittest ones. What is it? Hope and Light? That's stupid.
That's it, guys. I mean, we're literally three episodes of this podcast away from finishing an entire season of Digimon. Amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
Great work, team. We'll
so
figure
much
out what
Digimon
to do afterwards.
I think we said movies or something.
We'll go on to the movie.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can do that. But where does the 2021 fit?
Is that what we said to do after that?
Well, after we finish this series, we might do that, or we might do it later. We'll talk about it later, guys. It's not something we need to discuss for our no listeners to hear. Anyway,
we can't spoil Cameron on good animation.
That is true.
Because when he comes back to Adventure 2, it's pretty bad.
And everything's changed.
Pretty rough. No,
it got cheaper. That's no joke.
It's pretty rough.
That is true.
All right, Si, end the podcast in the traditional manner.